Good Saturday morning. Welcome to Sustainable Saturdays. It's another cold morning here in Macon, Georgia. Beautiful weather. I've fed the chickens, fed the pigs. You see the video later. I gave the pigs some of the microgreens. Today's going to be a busy day. I've got to finish cleaning out the greenhouse. I want to again set up the pigs run. I've got it set up. I just want to get the electric, and I think I've seen where the issue is, and I don't think that'll take long to get hooked up. Once I get that hooked up, turn the pigs loose, and then I'm going to start on clearing out this finish clearing out the greenhouse. One of the issues I have is to drain my fish pond, my old fish pond, and I'm going to drain it into this little pasture over here, but I just don't want the pigs out in it. It'll make a muddy mess because anyway, they're pigs. And then tonight I'll be sowing starting some seeds. It's time to get things ready for spring. The days are starting to get longer, starting to get a little warmer. My chickens are laying. You know, you got the fever, so do I. The girls are enjoying some wonderful buckwheat and barley microgreens from Buckwheat Farms microgreens, and they're getting all their nutrition in that condensed form. Remember to come see us on Wednesdays at Mulberry Market. Well, my pigs are all hooked up in the new fence area, and they are loving life now with all this stuff. They'll really tear this stuff up too, so that I don't have to till, and they'll get plenty of nutrition today. I love it when a plan comes together. Now, because I work for myself and I'm going to go take a break and finish up my hot tea, and then I'll do a Sunday short for you guys. Hey Zeus, hey Zeus. I have dismantled much of the aquaponics system, and I've got this one more bed here to disassemble, and then I'll drain that, and I'll start in here later on. But right now I'm going to go get some seedlings started up on the inside. I took Charlene on a little run to actually she took me on a little run to the Goodwill stores and picked up some baskets for the market. But after I got home, I went ahead and seeded up. I've got some mustard, some broccoli, some Brussels sprouts. I've also got squash, tomatoes, peppers, some cabbage, kohlrabi, kale, pretty much a little bit of everything started. So it's that time of year. Well, the pigs have done a really good job. You can see my chickens are still out here digging through, but the pigs have done a really good job of tearing up this area. But as pigs do, they somehow got outside the fence here, and the fence wasn't charged enough, I guess. But you can see over here where they've torn a little bit of the ground over there. So I've got to do some changes today to fix this up. First, I'm going to redo this fence and connect it so it gets charged. Once again, my lovely wife Charlene comes through for me. She just walked, I'm all over the house looking for adapters. I tell her I need an adapter and she walks right to one, and it works. So anyway, I hear a little popping in here. I've already heard them squeal a little bit when they hit it, so I know the fence is working. Now it's time to start setting up the back over in this corner. I'm going to set up the boar's bachelor pad. It's Wednesday and it's market day. I'll show you some video for our Sustainable Saturday from the market today. But I want to talk to you about our community-supported agriculture community exchange system, the CSA/CES, and why I feel that it's so important that we begin this now. Every day we hear more and more restrictions upon us from government regulations. We hear more and more hints at moving to a digital currency, which means that the government at any time could shut down your ability to pay. Pretty much like an EBT card, they just shut off the funds. And also this movement away from natural, whole, good foods to processed fake foods, and that are sold by the corporations. And in fact, it's a movement that goes into even your local ordinances that try to prevent you from growing your own food, from raising your own animals, all those things. So we can either shake our fists at the clouds and yell like angry old men, or we can do something. Well, I've decided to do something. Most of you are familiar with community supported agriculture, the CSA system, where buyers, consumers, actually invest in the farmer to share in the produce. Well, I want to form a CSA here, Middle Georgia Agora, for that very reason, so that we can combine our resources and provide food apart from the standard market, separate from the standard market, to create our own market. I also want to implement a community exchange system. It's an alternative currency system that will allow us to operate on a horizontal level rather than a vertical level where you've got this corporate entity or a government entity that is here and you're here. I don't want to go into too many of the details because there's so many of the details. There's so much to work out. But what I need is I need you. I need you as a grower, producer, creator, builder, whatever. I need you. I need you as a consumer, someone who's concerned with their food security, with the way things are going in the world, with getting proper nutrition for your family. 40% of the households in Bibb County this year will experience some form of food insecurity, some form of not being able to get their food. You know, and it's not a matter of is there enough? There's enough food for everyone. It's a distribution issue. And that's where the CSA CES model comes into play. So I'm inviting you to an informational meeting February 27th at 3 p.m. here at Buckwheat Farms. Come and see our answer to this. Come and be the answer to this. It's up to us as farmers, producers, growers to save the world. See you there. What? The video doesn't do justice to how beautiful that table actually was. Charlene, you did a really great job. And we had a really great market yesterday. We got to meet some wonderful people, made some new relationships, found out there's some common ground among those who produce and have become autonomous and self-sufficient. And we're looking for a new paradigm, one that operates on a parallel and a horizontal peer-to-peer way, that there's not this top-down bureaucratic controlling system. Autonomy, I guess, is what the common ground is. Also found a commonality among those who create and grow and produce, in that because we're putting ourselves into it and our energies, that we are actually sharing that energy with those who produce, who purchase our products. And that's a powerful thing. With the way the world's going now, inflation, hyperinflation's coming, and loaves of bread will be $5, $6 a loaf if you can find them, because of the supply chain issues. And on top of all that, you know, as I mentioned in talking about the CSA, going to the digital currency, all these things, the food insecurity. Not only that, but the foods that you're eating these days. You can go to the grocery store and buy vegetables, but you may be buying vegetables from a lot where they've had pesticides or used artificial fertilizers, and those things put chemicals into the foods, and those chemicals in the foods pass along to you. Remember, everything is energy. All is thought. Everything is energy. So those energies are passing in and entering your body. Go to the local market. Buy from a local farmer. You know who's producing the food. You know what's going into the food. Take responsibility for yourself. Again, I suggest you come to the Mulberry Market on Wednesdays if you're in the Macon area, or wherever you are. Go to the farmers market, find farmers, find local growers to support. Their food is more nutritious. You know where it's coming from, and you're helping to starve the beast. That will pretty much do it for this week. We'll come back tomorrow evening and do a little stuff around here, do a little stuff in the morning, but I probably won't do any more content. We'll try to head out a little early so we can spend a good bit of time up in Jackson. But just to let you know a few of the other things that have gone on this week, in addition to the pesto that I made, and I'm going to be putting that into the recipe into a dry form without the cheese and without the olive oil, and with the recipe in a little jar, and try to sell that at the or I will sell that, not try to, I will sell that at the market. In fact, when I made the mention of that, after someone had tried the pesto, they said, do it, I'll be back to get some. And so, because you can't sell things with cheese in it without a commercial kitchen, and I don't want to go through all that. You know how I am with the rules. But I also made some homemade yogurt saved some yogurt from and used milk and a crock pot. There's pictures of it there. You'll see the yogurt turned out the flavor was excellent. Not as thick as I would like it. I'll make some adjustments there. May strain it through a cheesecloth or whatever, but the flavor was excellent. And also, we had a hen who laid this whopper. Yes, that big blue thing is from a chicken. And it was almost a good third larger than our normal eggs. And it was a double yolker. And I teased my wife because then I also found this, and I just wondered if that was the remnant. But more than likely, this is, if you raise chickens, you've run across one of these from time to time. When a young hen first begins laying, they'll often lay these small eggs. And so I figure one of my girls has just started laying again from the winter layoff, and that was her first effort. But that wraps us up for this evening. It's a great day. Great week. We've got a lot going on next week. You'll see we're going to be rebuilding and redoing our rabbit pen, finishing the greenhouse with the setup for the microgreens, and really start busting that business loose. And we may even see if we can process a pig or two at some point. Anyway, I hope until next time that you stay safe and that you enjoy visiting with us as much as I enjoy visiting with you. Namaste.